Hey everyone, okay, so today's video is going to be about a nice rain soaker coming in to the parts of the south and eastern seaboards early this upcoming week. So far what we have is pretty tranquil weather under an area of high pressure over the south and east, and even over into like the Midwest areas as well. We did have a pretty much dry front, you could say, sweep through parts of the northeast the other day, and it really did not bring any precipitation whatsoever with it. This next area of low pressure that is going to be making its way into the eastern part of the country is going to produce a lot of rain, and a lot of places have not seen a good soaking rain for a long time. We've seen thunderstorms and like tornadoes, like New York City and DC and Boston and all that stuff, but we haven't had a good just dosing of rain. Pretty much just saturating the ground, which some places do need across the northeast and stuff, much more into the southeast since the drought there is a lot worse, especially in places like Georgia and Alabama in the panhandle of Florida. So this is what's going to happen. We are going to have a low pressure area develop along the North Gulf and move its way into the southeast coming this Monday. And it is going to bring substantial amounts of rain, probably about ½ inch to maybe 2 inches of rain for most areas across the northern Gulf, from Louisiana stretching into the Carolinas and going up into the Tennessee and Ohio river valleys. And then Tuesday it's going to be sliding even more northeast into the mid-Atlantic and eventually into the northeast by Tuesday. And that's when we could see a lot of showers and heavy thunderstorms pretty much just sit over the whole entire area, bringing in, again, a good dose of rainfall, probably a couple to maybe even several inches in localized areas across the mid-Atlantic and northeast. So if you are planning to make any travel plans for Monday or Tuesday, you might want to check ahead on your flights. If you're going to fly anywhere into the mid-Atlantic or northeast or even southeast on Monday, you just make sure they're on time and not canceled, because we will have quite a few weather delays, especially in the airs, come Monday and Tuesday. Now, sliding back into the rest of the country, high pressure will pretty much dominate most of the region for the beginning of the week. And the west, especially the west, Los Angeles, especially Southern California, has been extremely hot. LA has been getting up into the upper 90s. They're in a heat wave right now. That will subside by the beginning of the week, and especially going into the middle of next week, could be back down into the middle 80s, which is more typical for this time of year. But the rest of the West Coast is staying high and dry. Seattle, 80s and 70s, not bad for mid-September. And coming into the front range of the Rockies and going into the plains, pretty much the same, not a whole lot of weather there. It is going to be mild, however, into the high plains, temperatures in the 80s, even low 90s. However, we are going to have a cold front move through, coming out of Canada into the upper Midwest and moving through, going into the Northeast. By the time the low pressure system exits the region by Wednesday, we are going to have a much cooler air mass in place, so we are going to have much more like fall temperatures coming into the region. 60s and 70s will be much more widespread coming into the middle of the week. And the south will clear out again, maybe a couple showers and thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast, but really not a whole lot of weather to talk about for the beginning of this upcoming week. That is your forecast for the next few days, and I'll be back again hopefully for another video and another weather update pretty soon. And until then, remember to keep your eye to the sky.